Hi everyone, welcome back again to Spiritual Growth Tarot and Astrology. I'm Denise. I'm probably going to use Kipper today though, because I want to check in and see if finally, finally, does Jack Smith have what he needs to bring the hammer down on Trump? Of course, there's all those, or there's at least one audio file that the DOJ has where Trump exposes that he has records, or he has documents, something to the effect that, like, I have documents but I can't show them to you. So that reveals that he did know the rules. Myself personally, I don't think that a person should be off the hook for not knowing the rules. I mean, we don't get away with that with driving our cars, do we? But this is the Constitution in the United States. So hopefully there'll be something new that comes through about this, but I'm going to check and see. So let me swap out cameras here and bring you over my table, and I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay, so as usual, I'm using Ciro Marchetti's End of the Century Kipper, and I've cleared the deck from the other readings that I did with Lisa live yesterday, which is so much fun. I always have fun with her and you guys. So anyway, okay, let me settle in. Does Jack Smith have everything he needs? Is it hammer time, basically? Oops, hold on. I can see there's a card that's upside down. So basically I'm going to do a mini grand tableau. So I'm going to do 21 cards because I want to open it up to just to see, where is Jack Smith in, what progress has he made? Where is he in his process of bringing that hammer down on Trump? And I think that classified document information, I think that had to do with, it was a document that had to do with Iran that Trump kept, and I think he can't seem to produce it at this point, so makes me wonder. I mean, we know, I've gotten before in the past that he has sold many documents, which was the reason he took them. So, okay, let me settle in. Let go of my head. Well, there you go. There's the first two. Thieving strategy. Or maybe this is not only Trump's strategy, but I totally lost my mind. Not only Trump's strategy, but Jack Smith's strategy is to catch him with those stolen documents. I've always felt like this would be the first case that Trump would go down for. Except, we have had one indictment already, plus the defamation lawsuit that E. Jean Carroll won. Right there. Okay. All right, so let me make sure I get these lined up the right way. 4, 5, 6, and 7. This might be Fonnie Willis. Yeah, wow. Okay, so the process. So where Jack Smith is, and here's Jack Smith. Yeah, he's been holding out for, he didn't have enough in the past. He hasn't had enough. He's delivering documents in the near future. Here's Trump. Ruh-roh hanging over his head. Big change coming for him. Almost every time I use the Kipper, I get this card for him. And yes, and here's Jack Smith with his huge vision. Why is Melania in this again? I mean, has she supplied some information? She comes through so many times with Trump. Okay, so right smack in the middle of the reading, we have Jack Smith work, all the work that he's done. Here we have him delivering documents. This would be audio recordings, MP3 files that people have sent him that he's gotten from the DOJ. This would be the DOJ here backing him up. Trump's way down here with all of the weight of these cards on him and all of these cards sneaking up behind his back, and the only thing he can look forward to is the investigation. Being investigated over and over and over again. He's helpless to it. He's sad about it. Whether he shows it or not, he's definitely worried. He knights up here to the thievery card. So this is him and his strategy. And then I think this card is anyone who's been married to the mob with this guy, basically, in cahoots, in partnership, in a business partnership. And here we have, usually this is my Ivanka card, but maybe this time it's someone else. This could be that, I'm just flashing on in my head. Now it's just my head, I'm not sure. But I'm flashing in on, who is that gal? What's her name? That I can't remember her name, but she had 23,000 emails from Rudy Giuliani's laptop, and we know that Rudy Giuliani had everything saved for Trump, and we know that everyone recorded Trump. Audio recordings galore. And then here's just another squirrel moment. It irks me to no end when I see headlines or hear on the news that they have tapes. Where are we, in the 80s, 90s? I mean, my goodness, we're talking MP3 files. They're audio recordings. They're not tapes. This isn't Watergate. So that's my pet peeve for the day, and I'm going to stop. Okay, talk about squirrel moments. So work is the work that the Justice Department, and so the work that Merrick Garland, the entire Justice Department, and especially Jack Smith has done to get documents, proof, because that's what is needed. The coffin card hanging over Jack Smith tells me he's done. He can't find any more. He probably felt, I think this is Merrick Garland saying, you don't have enough, I want more. And now he's got it, and I'm feeling like he's done. There's an ending coming. I'm going to figure out who that is in a moment. But anyway, back to how that leads and what's bearing down on Trump is that all that work is sneaking up behind him and pushing forward even more investigations. This work card knights to the strategy that not only Trump had, but that Merrick Garland and Jack Smith have had. Make sure you can get them, because you don't want to get... The worst thing that a prosecutor can do is not have enough, and then the guy gets off, and then, I think there are rules around being tried twice for the same crime. You cannot, right? So this is the reason we've had to be so patient to the point that we're about to lose faith. But I haven't lost faith, because I'm doing these readings every week or more, and I see what comes through. Okay, so opening up the reading here, we have the stolen, the strategy to steal the documents, the parasitic nature of Trump. The thievery card is our energy vampire parasite, and also someone who gets easily distracted. And everything he does is transactional by nature, as far as business partnerships and, in his marriage. That's always the way it's been. That's just another side note here. Reading the Four Corners, Merrick Garland and Jack Smith's investigation into Trump as the thief is supported. That's what it is. It just does not have to be a person, but it is supported. But it could be supported by Fani Willis, Letitia James, or Letitia. I'm not sure how we pronounce her first name, or she pronounces her first name, but A.G. James, and then why does Melania show up every time? Maybe they got some information on him through her. Now, this is one of those things that if it's true, we may never know it. We have the card that connects to foreign relationships, and we know she's hooked up that way, always has been, her and her parents. This line here makes me wonder if, I mean, it wouldn't, if you were her and you wanted to get out from under the disgusting bloatus that is Trump, and maybe she really doesn't want to go back into the White House again, but she has to say whatever she says what she has to say to do what she has to do, which is entirely transactional. But the fact that the documents and recordings card comes through knighting to her is very telling. And also, this poverty card, this would be maybe hers where she just can't take it anymore. And maybe she did sell him out. Because we have, now of course, this card means, there are several meanings, if not more. But the ones on the top of my head have to do, of course, with all foreign relationships, but also it's a card, in this deck it's called Distant Horizons, but usually in the very first Kipper that I learned from, it's called Hope and Longing, Hope and Yearning, right? So on another level too, another meaning I should say, alternate meaning is, like you're broadening your horizons, you're expanding your mind. But it's, hopes, wishes, dreams, things like that. That's interesting. So maybe this is just saying that sneaking up behind Melania's back is overwhelming torture and stress as to how she could make money. We do have the money laundering cards here, though, and something about sneaking up behind her back. Maybe she did. Either she hasn't. Well, if she hasn't spilled the beans on Trump to DOJ and Jack Smith somehow, if she hasn't, then these cards would show that she's going to have a very painful loss, painful ending coming through because of what's hanging over Flump. So change is coming for him that creates this despair. I don't have the, imprisonment card. Let me see what came through if I were to flip it over from the other side. Okay, well, there we go. Okay, now that's hammer time. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I'm feeling like it's imminent, like it's any day now. Any day. Because obviously, use this chopstick to scratch my head. Obviously, he has enough. Or he doesn't yet, but it's going to come through. There's support, secret support that's going to come through. I mean, he's here. What's hanging over him, he hasn't had control over, but he has control over this. This is a lot of support. This would be support from overseas transactions. Right here. This is so interesting. He has the support of the DOJ in all of their work. This would also be, yeah, and then with this corner card down here, this would be any person that works undercover. This would also be undercover right here. This is my card for spies. Interesting. So I think it's imminent. I think it's coming through, but what's hanging over him is the need to end it and get it done. Otherwise, he's running out of time. That's what this is. That's what this is because of, you know, election time coming up. It's going to happen any day. Any day. I just heard any day. 3 times. Any day. Okay, I get it, you guys. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to get this uploaded for you. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend, you guys. Take good care. Bye.